Hi, boys and girls. Welcome back. Today we are focusing on day 13 and we are working on homophones, one of my favorite things to study. So, a homophone, for those of you who don't know, means same sound. So, these are going to be words that sound the same but are spelled differently. Sound the same, but spelled differently. So for today's lesson, you are going to listen once again, and I want you to write down as many homophones as you hear while I read you a quick story. Dear, dear. Dear, dear. Dear, dear, I now live at the zoo. Wait until you hear what goes on over here. Love, Aunt, Ant. The moose loves moose. He ate 8 bowls. Have you seen the ewe? She's been in a daze for days. That's him, the horse, who is hoarse from humming a hymn. It's quite a feat when the bat hangs from his feet. The monkey will tell you a tale as he hangs from his tail. The doe needed the dough because she needed the dough. The toad was towed to the top of the seesaw so he could see the sea. The whale was allowed to wail aloud. The bear had to pause to bare his big paws. Hey! The elephant threw a pail through the big bale of hay. Have you read about the red fox who blew blue bubbles? The giraffe's long neck lets him choose what he chews. The cows in the herd were in a good mood. I heard them as they mooed in harmony. The bee flew away from the flea with the flu, and the bee can be sure that if he had the flu, the flea would flee too. There is no news about the news. They keep to themselves. Ant, ant. You do have some very interesting new neighbors. I have a new neighbor too. Do you know about the hare with no hair? She's an expert on skincare. Love, your dear, dear. All right, boys and girls, it's time for you to press pause and think about all of those words that you heard that sounded the same but were spelled differently. And I want you to then come back, press play, and let's see what you came up with. All right, boys and girls, so I went through the entire book and I pulled out each and every one of those homophones. Remember, those are words that sound the same but are spelled differently. So we're just going to go through a few of them here and look at the differences. So the first one we have was dear and dear. So dear as in when you are writing a letter, and then deer as in the animal. We have here like in an action that you do, and then here as in the place. We have ate as in past tense of eating, and then ate like the number. And then let's hop on over to hey and hey. So hey, like you're saying, hey you, come over here. Or hey, like in the straw material that horses and many farm animals eat. As you can notice, as you can see rather, I put them side by side so that they're easier to recognize. And then these words over here that are in red are extremely important. They are words that we will see often and that we are going to be using often in our writing. And even though they sound the same, they are spelled differently. So we have to as in too much of something, to as in I am going to the store, and to as in the number. We have there that shows possession, there that shows the place, and there that is the contraction for they are. And then we have for as in the number, and for like in I am going to school for teaching. And then finally we have new, new, and new. So new as in something that is brand new, you have never had before. New as in knowledge, you already know something. So this is the past tense of know. And new like the animal, but that is in black because that was in our reading. You guys did an awesome job today, and I will see you back tomorrow for another double lesson.